This is a quick introduction to Rocket Math, or if you prefer, Rocket Math in a nutshell. Copyright 2015 by R&D Instructional Solutions, the home of Rocket Math. To set up your program, you will need to get a file crate. Create files A to Z and fill them with about 25 to 30 copies of each practice page. Then create 5 more files, numbered 1 through 5, and fill them with class sets of the 2-minute timings. For the next step in setting up your program, you will need a file folder for each student. You will staple a rocket chart on the front of each student's folder. Inside, staple a goal sheet on the left, and on the right an individual student graph. Voila! You now have student folders. Please be sure to make an answer key booklet for each student. Make this by copying the practice answer keys in a distinctive color and make portable, A through Z, packets of them. On the first day, give the 1-minute writing speed test to everyone. Then take the information from each student's writing speed test, transfer it to the goal sheet inside each student's folder, and use that information to set their individual goals for passing their daily 1-minute timings. Here is the daily routine. 1. Hand out student folders. 2. Recognize students who passed their previous set. 3. Let them color in the rocket chart for the level they passed. Give them stickers for the wall chart, if you have one. Then you are ready for students to begin practicing. Daily practice is what makes Rocket Math work. The daily practice is paired practice, with students working with partners, and it is oral practice, with students saying the problems and the answers aloud as they go around the outside of the Rocket Math sheet. It is essential that the partner or tutor has the answer key packet on colored paper, and the packet is turned to the matching page. While students are practicing, all hesitations or errors are corrected. And they should be corrected immediately. It is critical exactly how students correct their partner when there are hesitations or errors. It is so important Rocket Math even has corrections poster for sale. Step 1. The student who is the checker or tutor stops the student who made an error or hesitation and then says the correct problem and the answer. Step 2. The checker asks the practicing student to repeat the correct problem and answer 3 times. Step 3. The practicing student is to back up 3 problems and begin again. The proper correction, even for hesitations, really helps the student learn the fact they need to know. 4 days a week the students follow the daily practice routine and do the daily 1-minute timing. 1 day a week the class should do the 2-minute timing. This monitors progress and students are expected to graph their weekly results on the individual student graph inside their folder. Tips. Here are some tips when you are collecting folders after the daily 1-minute test. 1. Students who say they pass should put papers sideways in folder, while the other students put them in straight. 2. You only need to check the folders with papers sticking out. Here are some tips when returning folders. 1. Give 6 copies of the next set to each student, so those who don't pass don't need new sheets. 2. Write their goal alongside the date on the front of the rocket chart, so you and they can see it easily. Here are some interventions for students who are stuck. Remember, these students don't need anything different, they just need more practice. 1. Students should have extra blank timings and their answer key packet in their folder at all times, so they can readily do an extra practice session. 2. Use other students, volunteers, big buddy, parent helper to be the tutor in an extra practice session. 3. Another 2 to 3 minute practice session daily or 2 will help kids get over the hump if they are stuck. 4. Give practice as homework and teach parents how to do practice. 5. You can have students practice taking the tests also. That's helpful because the test facts are different than the practice facts. 6. students love to use a timer to give themselves practice timings. You can't pass a set this way. It is just for practice. 7. A small group can do this together for practice. Frequently asked questions and problem areas. Note: students should be able to pass within 2 to 5 days. If students are placed correctly or start at the beginning of an operation. If students are practicing correctly saying the problem and the answer. If tutors are correcting hesitations as well as errors. If the writing speed test was used to set goals. If students passed a couple of sets and showed they could meet the goal. If students who need to get extra practice sessions daily. More help is available at www.rocketmath.com.